Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Maria Quiroz, Interim Manager for the Small Business Development Department. Just wanted to let you know this is a re-recording session of our facility management that we presented the day before yesterday. Because of the audio, it wasn't good enough, so we decided that we would re-record and make it possible for us to get a better recording. I'd like to welcome you all to the San Diego International Airport first virtual Meet the Primes event 2020. Most of you remember last year we were at Balboa Park. We had over 60 exhibitors and nearly 500 attendees. This year is definitely different, but we wanted to provide the small businesses the opportunity to outreach and connect with the primes. For any business new to Meet the Primes, the objective of our event is not only to present the industry prime contractors, but also to provide resources to help small businesses become successful, to learn about opportunities, resources, and value information that can help elevate your business. With that said, I want to welcome Annie from our Facility Management Department, who is our presenter this afternoon. Welcome, Annie, and thank you for participating. Please introduce yourself.
Thank you, Maria. Thank you for joining us all. I have some great opportunities for you from Facilities Management. We're one of the departments that you heard from at this great event. To share with you who we are, I'm going to give you a little overview of our department. It is 4 different sections, and we are mainly going to focus on project management and the contract section. Our agreements, we've got agreements that range from $30,000 to $12 million. We are the largest contract holder here at the airport. We have two different types of agreements. We've got 30 service provider agreements, and we have 26 ready service contracts in place. You are probably familiar more with MATOC or JOC, and this is along the same lines. We have 8 trades that we employ, with a minimum of 3 contractors per trade. The task authorizations that are issued are from $5,000 to $100,000. And of course, they could be less than that as well. Our contract terms are average on 5 years. I realize it says that it's 3 years with 2 one-year options, but we really venture to partner with our vendors. So we normally exercise those 2 one-year options. So we look forward to 5-year relationships with our vendors. We do have payment bonding that's required for work over $25,000. We don't have bid bonds. Payment bonds are employed in this department. And because we are a public agency, of course, it's prevailing wage for those applicable. These are the 2 types of agreements that I was talking about. We divided them up in subsections. For the first one, our service providers, they provide our routine preventive maintenance services. Airside, Landside, Terminal, and Contracts. As you can imagine, our airside is very specialized. Our ready service contractor agreements, these are our on-call trades. They perform our project work. And here are some of our service contracts. Like I had said, these are very specialized. So this is obviously an overhead of our campus. Please understand that this is not our entire airport authority real estate. We do have other locations off campus that we maintain. We have our compressed natural gas, our pavement maintenance, rubber removal, storm drain, pavement marking. Our landside, we have landscaping maintenance. Stay tuned for this one. This is a very important one. Street sweeping maintenance and tree pruning service. Our terminal contracts, this is our lion's share of the contracts that we have. We have everything from elevator, escalator, to our alarms, our extinguishers, our fire sprinklers, our emergency generators, because as you can imagine, being 24/7, we call upon our vendors to sometimes, as far as needed for services, render services to us. It could be on a weekend, it could be on a holiday, but it is the nature of the beast here at the airport, as you can imagine. Our grease interceptors, that's for our concessions. In our terminals, our HVAC maintenance. HVAC maintenance is something that's highly important to us right now, especially with COVID-19. We have two agreements that are not held with our department any longer, but it's important to note we have our interior and exterior sign maintenance throughout the campus and off campus. That's to include curbside, inside the terminals, and roadways as well. Our pest control services, that's important to us as well. As you can imagine, in the terminals, we need to keep them very clean for the traveling public. Our miscellaneous contracts is our aircraft. This is our fire station, and we've got maintenance contract with a vendor for our aircraft rescue firefighting rigs. Our fleet maintenance, this is another one that's highly important to us. As you can imagine, we have everything from lifts to vans to electric vehicles to standard vehicles. Floor safety mats, our fueling services, and uniform rental. Our uniform rental, we have two different departments, mine included, that is responsibility for the maintainability and sustainability of our campus and our assets. We have our air traffic officers that as well are uniformed. So we need to make sure that we have a cleaning service. We have bird abatement as well that's held by our environmental department. That's another vendor, another contract that is very important to us because, as you can imagine, bird strikes is a scary thing for us. A couple of pictures for you. This is our HVAC system on our terminal roof. I believe this is Terminal 1. This is our CUP, our central utility plant. Some of our vertical equipment, I'm sure all of you who travel in this airport know that this equipment, it's got to be operational 24/7. Here's where it really makes a difference to you. You could see the numbers, you could see the pass-through to the community. It's important for us to do business with local companies. That's very important to us. These are some of the dollars that pass through to our community. The very last one, the terminals, as I told you, that's the lion's share of what needs to be done at the airport. That was our sprinklers, extinguishers, etc. There's quite a bit of money. It's been since 2003 that we started tracking in this particular way. But I can tell you, this is probably about 8, 9, 10 months old. So I can tell you it's definitely over 54 million. Now for our ready service contracting. These are the 8 trades that I was telling you about. Our project management team, excuse me, that I mentioned on the first slide, they act as the GC. And they manage the trades that are employed for our certain projects that come up. We have electrical, flooring, tiling, general construction, not to be confused with general contractor, because we are Class A buildings. You can imagine we have metal studs, So it's industrial. Our glazers, our painters, our pavers, plumbing, and sheet metal. This is the beauty of ready service contracting to us. You'll see in a moment here, there's so many great aspects about this. We can mobilize our trades and demob them at a much quicker pace than traditional design bid build. We partner with our pre-qualified contractors. So we've got that pool of 3 that are pre-qualified. So we can move you guys much quicker pace. Our documents are streamlined. You wouldn't be looking at large spec books. Because these are smaller dollar threshold projects, you'll find that the amount of documentation you have to wade through is not as extreme, most definitely. Small business opportunities. This is great. Who wouldn't like to have the airport authority on their references? This is a great jumping off point for you guys. It gives you, the small contractor, the ability to do direct business with the airport authority that you might not otherwise have. Because when you come in, you could be coming in as a 2nd tier, a 3rd tier under a GC. But this gives you that opportunity. Not only that, think about this. When you're competing outside, you're competing against all the other people in your trade throughout the county. When you are pre-qualified and you're in one of our pools, you're only competing against 2 other contractors for that bid. As I had said before, the community, the dollars, it keeps our money local. That's an important thing to us. We really care about our community. And the familiarity and the continuity. Because of the use of our contractors, they become familiar with the lay of the land. As you can imagine, we have different federal agencies that we deal with, everything from the FAA to federal marshals, TSA. We have many different people here. There's different processes and protocols that are much different than other agencies or other localities. We like that we use the same pool of contractors because the familiarity is so important to us. Another important aspect of this is the engineering side of the house. Our airport design and construction group, those general contractors, sometimes they look to our ready service contractors because they know that our contractors understand the processes and protocols, and they've been here before, so they know the lay of the land. They know our facilities. A few pictures of some of the work we've completed. Those of you who have been in our commuter terminal, which is now called our administration building, this is our 2nd floor build out. This build out was performed using all of our trades, every single one of our trades. And when I mean every single one, we used all 26 contractors. It was a great project. This is one of our restroom rehabilitations that we've done throughout the terminals. That beautiful fountain that you see in Terminal 2 West, we had issues with it. We had a contractor that came in and was able to really bring it back up to speed. This is part of the emergency work I was telling you about that we have got to have done here because we are 24/7. This sinkhole not only happened at night, it happened on a weekend. And not only on a weekend at night, it happened on a holiday in the back of the house. It's very close to our bag carousel. Our contractors were able to come in and get it completed right away. That's the beauty of ready service contracting. We can move you guys much quicker. Here's front of the house. We had to replace the sewer line. Now our tradespeople complement our regular tradespeople, our shop people. but the tradespeople that we employ under ready service contracting are strictly for projects. Here's the number so you can actually see what's flowing through again. This, as I said before, this number is, as of today, this present, this is probably at least 12, 13, 14 million right now for general construction. Keep an eye on this particular trade, and flooring as well, and painting as well. 26.4 million over that has passed through the hands to our contractors. I can tell you a high percentage of our trades contractors are local contractors. Now, how do you get on board? The procurement process, and I can't speak for every department, but I can tell you this is a general description of how you become a contractor or do business with the airport authority agency. It doesn't matter what department you come from. There'll be an RFQ, that will be advertised for 30 days. We will have an evaluation done by our subject matter experts. We hold a short list of candidates. We interview them, and the award is administered to different candidates. It could be, if it's ready service contracting, we will award to 3 different contractors. This is what's very different. We have a very robust contract section. Because we are the largest contract holder, we have a customary contract kickoff meetings. So we do not leave you to your own devices. We make sure that you fully understand the contract and what are the responsibilities that we owe to you as a vendor and vice versa. So step 1 is the solicitation process. First, if you are a prevailing wage trade or service provider, you must be registered with the Department of Industrial Relations. Because we are a public agency, we are mandated to make sure everyone we award to is first registered and has a DIR number. Second, as Christine and Maria told you, our small business department needs to make sure that you are registered. So please remember to go through our vendor portal via Planet Bids. We need to make sure that we know that you exist. You could be a very highly qualified vendor, but we won't know you exist. I have had this come up at other meetings talking to other vendors, and they didn't get registered. So we weren't able to extend an offer for the RFQ to them. This is the portal. As you can imagine, there's so many different vendor portals. There's for the city, the county. You will always want to make sure you've got San Diego County Regional Airport Authority on top, because you will not find our bid opportunities, obviously. Here's a few of ours. This is what our RFQ looks like. We make sure that we spell out our timeline for you. You know exactly what's going to be happening. This one just happens to be for our ready service, HVAC services. Excuse me. Table of contents. It's very clear cut. You just need to make sure that you follow from soup to nuts. It's not a difficult process. You just need to make sure that if it asks for something, that you provide that to us. This is very important to us. The candidate selection, this is what we're basing it on. Your company experience. What's the experience of your primary staff? What methodology do you employ to do your work? Sustainability, as far as environmental, however it might be. Small business preference as well. You won't find these categories on every single RFP that goes out the door, but this is a standard, but you won't find it always. But please make sure, whatever it lists, that you address that. And step 5, the contract kickoff meeting. So our subject matter experts come in, they talk about prevailing wage, they talk about insurance safety, and how our system works. So who are we looking for? We are looking for people that can commit to a 3-year contract, the core essence of it. Like I had mentioned, we do have 5 years that we do tend to exercise those 2 1-year options. But the first 3 core years, we need to make sure you're able to commit. That for the ready service contractors, you have a bonding capacity of 25,000 to 100,000. Whether you are a service provider or a ready service contractor, we need to know that you are able to self-perform your particular service. Now we understand, like for a ready service contractor, you might not have restroom toilet partitions. We totally understand that. But the main crux of what you do is self-performed. That you be registered with the DIR. We have very, very knowledgeable staff here, so I would not let this sway you in any way. They are very knowledgeable and very helpful, and they hold classes. They will hold your hands because we do have very small contractors in our department, as opposed to the engineering side of the house. That, of course, you keep your insurance in full force and effect at all times. We don't want to be able to say that someone is out of compliance and have to stop work. That your badging capabilities, that because we are highly regulated, that we need to make sure that everyone's badge is where it needs to be, that it is either surrendered at an appropriate time, or that your badge is not expired. Also, your permitting and your licensure, we need to make sure that that is always up to date. We do internal audits. I hope you are finding this informative. We do have a lot of opportunities for you guys, but this is the upcoming, the most recent that are coming up. The landscaping is the one that's hot on our list right now. This contract expires in March of next year, which, you know, time is going by so quickly. It will be here as soon as I mean, it's flying by. Right now, we are in the procurement process. We've started that already. So this one's on the books. This one is going to go out on the street for advertisement in December. This is a wonderful, fabulous opportunity for someone, but you will see it in this coming month. Our general construction, I told you to remember this one in particular. This one, because this is a highly used ready service contract, we have 5 contractors in this particular pool. This one expires November of next year, but it is going to go out on the street in August. So you want to make sure you are registered with the DIR, whatever it takes, that this is your timing right here. You'll find it's true for all the rest of these that expire in November. Our uniform services, I was telling you, this is the cleaning of our uniforms. High pressure washer and water. Our mechanics use this a lot. And 2 of our trades, our on-call painting and our on-call flooring. This is our standard 3 contractor pool. And these are also due to hit the street in August as well. So that's right around the corner. If you have any questions, Geronimo Chavez and I will be happy to answer them for you. This is our contact information. Our titles are a little different than what we do. Geronimo is a project planner, but he is also acting contract manager. I also act as a contract administrator. So either one of the 2 of us will be happy to answer any questions you may have. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you, Maria.
Thank you, Annie, for a great presentation that you gave us and a lot of information for those small businesses that we have. I want to go over with everybody our next, our schedule that we have for today. Today is November 3rd, and next coming up will be at 10:30 will be our procurement department that will be sharing a lot of information with you as well. And then after that, we have labor compliance, we have revenue generation, fire home, and airport design and construction at 4 o'clock. Tomorrow, we have our public agency and business support services. We starting at 10 o'clock with a short presentation from one of our business supports, and they will be sharing their services, and that is PTAC. Then we'll move on to the panel discussion. And then at 2 o'clock, we'll be returning with another small presentation, moving into a panel, and then ending up our day 5 with a presentation from business incentive credits. A good presentation for everybody to hear about money that the government has for small businesses that are out there that you could apply for, and they will tell you how that could be done. Today marks the 4th day of our 5-day event, so we want to make sure, I hope that everybody has been obtaining beneficial information to grow your business, inform you, and share it with others. We will be emailing you a survey. Please take the time to complete it. And be honest, this is the way that it makes us, we are aware of what makes us improve the planning of these events. A special thank you to Annie for an excellent presentation, and thank you to our support team. I'm going to be closing this session now and hope to see you back at 10:30.